Hey guys, what's up? My name's Vic Taylor and welcome to episode 43 of my Request Anything in Black Ops series. We're going to start off on WMD by throwing this pre-nade. Someone gets a triple off this one, I'm not entirely sure who, I think it's a random, but you'll see my best starting nade off this map in the top right hand corner. Attitude gets a double, I get a triple, and then it quickly cuts to me running upstairs about 5 seconds later and picking up a nice quad. I just thought I have to throw that into one video at least before, Modern Warfare 3 comes out and I can't use these clips anymore. So I do hope you enjoyed that. I most certainly did getting it. I mean, I don't think I got my Blackbird that game. I died. Even though I had 7 kills, I died, because you always do one off the fucking Blackbird. But today we are going to be doing 14J Storm's loadout, which is the M16 with ACOG. And to be perfectly honest, I thought this was going to be a real struggle. I mean, I don't like the M16 and I don't like the ACOG, so putting those two things together really upset me. It cut me deeply. But I actually had real fun, and this was my first go around, my first try with this gun, and I got a good enough gameplay to put on YouTube. I ended 32-7, and I don't believe that I play the objective much, but as I've said previously, I have an awesome objective team, and as I say that, I just jump on the A flag. Oh well, you can't, you can't say objective, you can't say kill whore. I like to balance my game. I don't really see how people can focus on doing a certain job in a game unless it's, obvious, like capture the flag, a flag carrier and a flag protector. But in Domination, I mean, I don't focus to play a certain way, I just play. And whatever happens comes to me naturally, whether that be something good or something absolutely fucking terrible. And I don't focus to be either an objective player or a kill whore, because if I try and do that, because I have, if I try and do that, it just fucks me up and it doesn't work at all. And that is why I don't like this gun. If I had a fully auto there, I believe I would have saved B. But as I had this piece of shit gun, it really didn't. So even though I did okay with this gun, I really don't like it and I would not recommend it or personally choose it for myself. I really wouldn't. I've always thought that the ACOG sight just looks funny. It just looks out of place. It shouldn't be there, you know? Oh well. But what I'm going to be talking about today is something very dangerous and you shouldn't really do it. Please don't go out and do this simply because I've been talking about it, because, there are some people out there. But I'm going to be talking about trains, or rather, doing dangerous things with trains, such as jumping from carriage to carriage and almost being hit by them. But uh, when I got home from school, on my way home from school each day, I would have to take a train because my mum drove me there in the morning, because there was no way that I was going to get out of bed half an hour early just so I could catch a bus or a train. I'm sorry, but that just was not going to happen. But I took the train home from school every day, and there were about 5 of us that took the same train. And I actually am not in touch with anyone who I was friends with in high school at all now. I mean, the friends in high school over here, because you start when you're 11, they're chosen more out of necessity than actual choice. Because high school over in America, you start when you're 14, you're reasonably mature, please note the reasonably, and you can choose your friends and you stay in contact with them. We don't really have that over here. At least I don't. I might just be a sad loner. I mean, it's possible, but I'm not in contact with anyone. But there were 5 of us, and we always took the same train home, and we would always do these very, very stupid and immature things. We were 12, we weren't, the next scientists of the world. I mean, we thought that jumping from train carriage to train carriage while the train was moving, while it was rounding corners, see who could dive through quick enough and fast enough and everything, we thought that was cool. We thought it was awesome. It was the best thing since sliced bread, because, you know how 12-year-olds measure coolness and, whether you're in there or not. It's just, I can't believe I killed you. Ah, you fail at life. But we measured, it's really, really stupid and we were immature. I need to put that across to you. Please don't do this, But we were on the train tracks one day. And yes, I did mean that. We were on the train tracks one day. Because there was a school field behind the train tracks, and we decided that walking all the way around to the street and then up through the station and all that, we weren't actually getting on the train for free. We had oysters and everything, so it wasn't like we were getting on and we were breaking the law. They're probably on the train tracks is breaking the law, I'm not sure. I don't think that's a set thing, but We decided that walking her all the way around wasn't something that was going to happen. It just wasn't, So we climbed all the way over the large fence that separated the train tracks from the school field, all the way up the embankment, and across the train tracks. The train was nowhere near. I mean, we were 12, but we weren't stupid. We weren't going to dive in front of trains. I mean, there was this game that some kids in my primary school played when we were about 7, 8. They would go onto a busy main road and run in front of the cars. And I even then, I'm like, why? What's the point? I mean, are you trying to get hit by a car? But again, it's the measure of coolness. It's the measure of doing something that no one else will dare to do. It's like another example, but a smaller one, is when I was on holiday in Cornwall one time with my school on a school trip. There was a really, really high cliff, and the option, rather, because we didn't all do it, was to jump off the cliff into the sea. This was perfectly a teacher approved, that we weren't doing it on our own, and no one else would do it, so I went first, and I was cool for the rest of the day. I don't know, it wasn't that high, but that's another example. And kids do absolutely moronic things, don't they? I don't know. The people that I grew up with, I mean, I meet so many mature kids on YouTube, like they're 12, 13-year old. They're mature, they don't fuck, they don't, you know what I mean. Of course they don't fuck, they're underage, but they don't fuck about, they're not rude, they don't have these loud squeaky voices that scream into the mic every 5 seconds on Black Ops. They're mature. And I'm thinking, where the fuck were you when I was growing up? I was surrounded by a lot of immature people when I was growing up, and I'm sure that I was immature right along with them. But it even annoyed me then. And that makes me sound like a real snob. But I don't know. The people I was growing up with, they weren't my type. That's the big thing about having internet friends, because you have similar interests. You might not have similar interests with anyone in your class at school, because, you don't have a choice of who's in your class. At least we don't over here. I'm not sure how it works over in America. But I don't know. Children suck, basically, and I'm going to work with them. That's terrifying. I mean, when we were 11, the last year of primary school, we had the new kids coming in, the 4-year-olds, and the 11-year-olds were, you camper, you fucking get teabagged. Sorry. We were assigned to mind a kid each, and I had one. I think he was Jordan's younger brother. I can't remember his name, but he was Jordan's younger brother. And the first time that we met, because we all went over to the play school that they were at, like a couple of weeks beforehand. Of course, mine one wasn't there, so I didn't get to meet him. But the first time we met, it was break time, which is the period between lesson 2 and 3. It's basically just 15-20 minutes of just saying fuck the world and. And he cried the entire time for absolutely no reason. And I'm standing here thinking, oh, this is the reason that they didn't give me a kid in the first cycle of this, because there were two intakes per year. And I'm standing here thinking, what the fuck do I do? I have this small crying boy, and he wants his mum, and chocolate doesn't help, ice cream doesn't help, games doesn't help. What do I do? You don't know me. And something that I've been reading about in my child course is building up a key worker, someone that can replace the parents while the kid is at school or with a childminder or wherever, because children of pretty much all ages need to form a deep relationship with at least one person that they feel able to talk to and everything. And I'm standing here thinking, well, someone's fucked up here. I don't mean to be rude about the way that these teachers handle things, but they fucked me up. They are terrible teachers. I never liked them. And then they went and did this to me. So overall, this has been very rambly. I do hope you enjoyed it. I ended 32 and 7, and I will see you either later today or tomorrow. Peace, guys, and don't hit your children.